if you could go back in time and kill Hitler as a baby, would you? And quite a few people go, yeah. But then you have to say, but he's a baby. He's done nothing wrong at that point. They're the same people who'd be attracted to the SS.
Yeah.
Attracted to joining the Gestapo.
Yeah.
Attracted to the Crusades where we can go kill people.
Yeah.
Attracted to any of these things that happen throughout history.
Yeah.
There's always a certain percentage of people who are attracted to that because that's what they want to do.
There was a CEO of a company called United Healthcare in America called Brian Thompson. He was, and this was actually quite graphic because it was filmed. It was filmed on a CCTV. Yeah. A character called Luigi Mangione, who, by the way, is a Native American from quite a wealthy family, apparently, basically stepped out of the shadows as this guy was walking down the street and shot him with a silenced gun, basically, killed him. I think he had to shoot him 3 or 4 times. Now, for some reason I don't get, the sympathy lies not with the man who was killed, Brian Thompson, but with this character, Luigi Mangione. Well, what the hell's going on there?
I don't know much about this, but I can understand why that's happened. The people who are celebrating this billionaire's assassination, because that's what it was, an assassination, regardless if you agree with him or not, or what, I never heard of the man before he was assassinated. But these will be the people, these will be Antifa, these will be the people who hate capitalism, who think earning money is the worst thing in the world. So there's a certain amount of people in this country, but also in America, who are looking at the assassination going, yeah, bring on the revolution. This is the first step for the Marxist communist state. We're now killing the bourgeoisie. We're now killing the billionaires. Why does any man need billions of pounds? He should have given all that to charity. He deserves to die. He's part of the problem. For every billion he earns, 94 children starve to death every day. I'm glad he's dead. I'm glad he's been assassinated. They're the mental people over there. And this Luigi guy is now being lauded now as a hero and the resistance, just like when Lenin got all his comrades all assassinated so he could take power. It's a crazy world we live in where being successful is seen as being the same as Hitler.
But what I can't get, or what I can't reconcile, and some of the points you made there, you actually came across as though you were making the argument for which was interesting. But the bit that I can't reconcile in my head is, how can anybody celebrate the death of somebody in that way and not say to themselves, hang on a minute, am I on the wrong side here? Do you know what I mean? It's kind of, hang on a minute, am I one of the baddies? Because I'm actually here celebrating the death of a man who was cruelly, coldly, in cold blood assassinated. How can they possibly? Because once you cross that Rubicon, Nick, where do you go?
Several things there. The first thing is, if you say to people, if you could go back in time and kill Hitler as a baby, would you? And quite a few people go, yeah. But then you have to say, but he's a baby. He's done nothing wrong at that point. But that's the same argument with abortion. You're killing an innocent baby. So we can twist these things in our mind.
What you're saying is that Rubicon's already been crossed.
Absolutely.
Mentally in America and in other places. So, death. And actually, we're moving on to assisted dying, aren't we, here? So death murder in certain circumstances is acceptable.
If for the convenience of women they can kill their unborn babies, then why can't we assassinate a tech billionaire who we think is damaging the world? So that Rubicon can be crossed there. But it's also what I said before about joining teams and tribes. There'll be lots of people who don't really mean it when they say it, but because their side is saying we're glad he's dead, they end up agreeing in saying it. But if you'd have asked them the day before, should he have been assassinated, they would have went, no, absolutely not. But now it's been done, and their side is saying, I'm glad it's done. They feel pressure of saying, and they convince themselves, I'm glad it's done now. And that is the ideology taking over. And we're all guilty. I mean, everyone's guilty. It isn't just a left problem. It's also it's a human problem. That we will follow the crowd. Most people are sheep and will follow the crowd, follow the leaders, because they do not want to be isolated and ejected from the crowd, because there's danger if you're isolated and ejected from your tribe.
Yeah.
You're on your own. In 1,000 years ago, it was a death sentence.
Yeah.
So we will follow the people even though we don't believe in them.
And I suppose it's possibly a natural extension of really what's happening with Jewish people at the moment, isn't it?
Yeah.
With the murder of the Jews on October the 7th, their now continued persecution by such a large amount of the population. I guess it's just, Greta Thunberg, what was she shouting out? Fuck Israel. I think she said. Or something
and
like
Germany as well.
And it's kind of I suppose it's an extension of that now, isn't it? That hostility, violent hostility to human beings has actually been celebrated far more in the past year in Western society than it has been for a long time, I think. Because you and I have been shocked by what we've seen in terms of the anti-Semitism.
But it's been going on for a long time.
It has been, but
punch your turf. Most trans activists are violent nutcases. A lot of the left are violent nutcases. Antifa are violent nutcases. I think most people in Antifa are basically psychopaths who become members of Antifa because it's a way of them validating their violent streak of wanting anarchy and punching and blowing up and shooting. They're the same people who'd be attracted to the SS.
Yeah.
Attracted to joining the Gestapo.
Yeah.
Attracted to the Crusades where we can go kill people.
Yeah.
Attracted to any of these things that happen throughout history.
Yeah.
There's always a certain percentage of people who are attracted to that because that's what they want to do.
Yeah. Like football hooligans in the 70s.
Exactly.
That attracted a population that were not that interested in football, I think.
Yes.
So maybe it is, but it just seems that aggression, that hostility, that nonsensical hatred and wanting to hurt people seems to have accelerated a lot in this last year.
It does, because we keep othering everybody else. So it's very hard to feel sorry for a billionaire.
Yes.
So it's easy to celebrate his death. It's hard to imagine being a billionaire.